And we will start with the introduction again, Maja. So if you could say a few words about you and SpaceNet as a customer of SOFTIQ.
Hello, I'm Maja von Bomhard. I'm living in Munich, Germany, and I'm part of the SpaceNet AG. The SpaceNet AG is a 30-year-old company dealing with IT services. And we are running some data centers. We are running a bunch of services for our customers. We are running a cloud and we are running secure services. And in this scenario, we started, I think we started 30 years ago selling mail services to our customers. And as we were planning an update to our system, we came up with the idea of getting a new solution, a more advanced solution. And in this case, we started to work together with SOFTIQ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the beginning of this project, because when you came to us, there was the idea maybe to use some off-shelf product or maybe build something which is custom. We did some research and tell me why did you decide to do the custom solution and not choose any of the existing product?
What we needed was really a shop where we can work with our customers, especially with customers who just buying standard products, such as mail accounts or maybe other services around the mail you need. And this is a business where people sometimes just buy one account. And this is worth, I don't know, 10 euros per year or something like this. And there we want to have really a self-service solution and have really maximum comfort for our customer. So it's easy for him to buy, it's easy for him to do it the right way. And many of the customers do not have any know-how about mail technology. So we need a shop who is easy to work with and who has enough business logic in there to help the customer. For example, it doesn't make sense that you buy archive mailboxes if you don't have mailboxes, things like that. And that's the logic we wanted to have in our shop. And you can be absolutely sure there's no ready-made shop in the world who already has this logic because it's very special. There are hundreds of shop systems you can use, and this was our first idea, just take one and change something. But most of them are built around selling, I don't know, socks or selling goods. And what we are selling is it's a service contract, with different services. So we didn't find a ready-made solution that's already working on this. And we also found out that it's a big change we have to do. And in this case, we decided we would do a custom solution because that's the best thing. And till today, I'm absolutely sure it is the best thing how to handle with that.
Okay. So, Hubert, what was the beginning and how, what was the start of the collaboration with Maja and maybe a little bit about the challenges from the beginning?
So initially we started with just one product, which was as Maja mentioned, domains and mailboxes. And the challenge was about the integration between the application itself and the systems that are a backbone of the product, which is Zimbra, and now also Nextcloud. So there is an underlying complexity in those systems that we had to hide from the users so that it's actually smooth and effortless to buy new products, make changes to them, and also customize them and configure both from the application and the service panel itself. So the biggest challenge was to actually make it simple for people so they can easily get stuff done.
Okay. So the project was divided into some phases, let's call that, So I remember that after some development period, you had this testing period, so the customers could test the work which was done, and then we adjusted, to this what Hubert said, to make it the most user friendly as possible. Okay, what was maybe the collaboration between teams, like, because there were SpaceNet people involved in this project and there were SOFTIQ people. So so how was the collaboration, you know, in general? Was it smooth? I don't know, maybe Hubert, from your perspective, because this is not something that usually we do, yeah. Especially when you have remote work, there are people in Munich sitting down in their own office. There are people in Poland sitting in their office. So how was the collaboration and
Yeah, I think it was smooth. I've been in contact with Maja and also other people from SpaceNet through the whole, let's say, software development life cycle. And we've worked on different things because it was not only the web shop itself, but also the underlying integrations. So I've met a few people from SpaceNet, and we've stayed in a constant contact, and we were exchanging all the informations as needed. So if I had any problems or they had any problems, we could just contact each other, set up some meetings, send a few messages, and everything was always handled on time. So.
I think what really helped is that from the start on, it was a very professional way of working together. We did the design together. We had the meetings about the designs. You did the implementation. During this time, we didn't have to do a lot. Then we had to do the integration. There, I think people had to work very close together. And what really helped is the professional tools we are using, having tools for I think, Hubert, you know it better, the tools we have, but that's something I saw. It's very easy because if we have an issue, I just write it in the GitLab and something happens, and after some time it's fixed. So it's kind of magic. I hope, Hubert, for you it's not magic. You know exactly how it works, and really to have the communication, you have the personal area where I think the people fit together. That's the first thing. That sometimes that's a problem. I don't think we had that problem, but we also have the tools to have it really in a professional method, so you don't forget something and everything is documented. So these are things that really helped us, especially if you think about the long time frame we have now, because I think we started in 2020. That's correct, and there we had a very intense first year, I think. And after that, we had some phases with major changes. For example, with the implementing a new product, and some changes in between. And there were times where we didn't have to do anything; it's just working. That's something I am as who is operating this tool and is just waiting for the customers. That's perfect. Yeah. And if there's something, we can start just from just go on working there. And that's really perfect situation for us.
Okay, so what is the status of the project right now? Is it still something that you are using? Did it bring any additional value to your company? Did it bring any good realizing this project?
Definitely yes. I think the big thing is that with the small business we have there, we need that. Yeah, because we have many customers doing big things and then there are some small things. And this is something the customer can do. And we do not have any effort because we don't need salespeople who have to write a contract, and we don't need anybody who has to type into a system. We don't need somebody who checks before doing sales, if that's possible, because that's the normal way. The customer comes, talks to the salesperson tries to get to a solution, maybe have to come back to the tech people, and then writes a contract, sends it to the customer does some negotiation, and after this, if you have the contract, then you have to set up the product, and all this is automated in this web shop. So it's much more than a shop because it's also running the business in this area. So, and this is really helpful for us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's great to hear that you are doing something that really brings the value to the business. Okay. I don't know, from the technical point of view, was it anything that for us as a SOFTIQ team could learn? and let's say bring it to another customer?
Yeah, I would say the integration, because it's always the hard part, because building software from scratch is easy because you are actually in charge of putting all the components together, but integrating with something that other companies did, or in this case, it was actually quite nice because there was mostly your solutions, but we are also integrating with software like Zimbra. For example, we are even writing the extensions to it. So I would say, yeah, the integration and connecting stuff which we don't have direct impact on, but we can align ourselves with it to make it work nice.
So it's fun for you to learn something new.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the team size? Do you remember how many people worked on this project?
I think at like a great scale was around 6 people, 6 to 7 people, and in the later maintenance stage was at most two people.
Okay.
And additional, there are the technicians from our side who also work there. So that's what Hubert said, the integration of people and technology. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so are there a lot of customers from your side using the solutions, or what is the volume of the people using the solution?
Like always, it can't be too much. But I think we now have, I think we have in the database, we have 2,000 customers who were registered on the shops. So it's not a mass product. We don't have millions, but that's clear. But this means that 2,000 times the sales teams didn't have to work.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so we are happy that that the product is still on, and this is what we together developed. It's still part of your business. Yes, so I think that's it. We just wanted to have a short. I don't know, Maja, if you would like to add something else.
I just want to say thank you for these years of really good cooperation and really bringing something that helps us as a company. Thank you.